of this series have very rapidly increased the quality of play. So I actually really can't wait for this third game now that they've felt each other out a little bit and are used to the venue and playing on this patch a bit more.
This is Soraka Maokai coming out again. That's a lot of damage mitigation that we've seen in the last game. Essentially Maokai, 20% damage reduction on his ultimate, stacked with all the healing as well. It's extremely prominent in team fights.
Yeah, the Lissandra first pick, though, I mean, we've seen that kind of be a priority over the course of 420 so far, but I think it is a takeaway from Froggen in the last game, who did really hit a lot of that CC very well in those team fights. Is probably pretty darn valuable.
Hai could actually play Zed here if he wants, because they have the damage from Lissandra in the top lane, and they could combo it since they wouldn't run into full physical damage.
Well, definitely a lot of time being taken by Cloud9 right now to understand they need something that will be able to cut through Wicked if he can get to that late game tank again, and also just play the game they want if they want to avoid Wicked. It's going to be a tough task.
Yeah. If I think about it, though, shouldn't Soraka just be able to put a silence zone wherever Zed ults and have the person just stand still, and Zed won't be able to use his abilities to combo someone down?
That's actually very true.
I imagine we're going to see Graves coming in again. Reckless played pretty well in that last game, even though he was shut down very hard in the laning phase. It does synergize quite well with the Maokai and Soraka. Also against the Jarvan, gives them that escape opportunity when the Cataclysm goes down. So I imagine we'll see that again.
Continuously going for that Jarvan. You're going to see that locked in with Sneaky's Lucian. He was able to carry quite hard when we saw Reckless on that Corki previously. He took that for himself. I was saying rather, last game, Alliance definitely more team-oriented instead of having one carry and hoping they can push off of that. A lot came from Wicked, though. He was a big initiator on that Maokai, and his Warden's Mail start huge tank build instead of Catalyst. It kind of had us wondering a bit, but he's come out big as the game goes late. Seeing possibly 280s getting picked up here. The hover goes over Ezreal and Graves as they kind of just wander or waffle about it.
So this is a really scary late game team comp coming out of Alliance. With Warwick, Soraka, Maokai, this is like one of the old team comps that you say, okay, we're going to not be too great in the early game, but as the game goes on, our stats start to make up for it, our items make us super, super tanky, and you're just not going to kill us. And I think it's quite a risky strategy because of the pressure that C9 can have in the early game.
Yeah, and the pressure they've had in the early game this series already. I guess the teams are just sticking with what's been kind of working for them. That's 3 games in a row now. Meteos plays Jarvan. We were talking together in between the games about how Cloud9 just won't change things if they're working. And it's not necessarily the Jarvan that failed last game, more so the team composition from Alliance that overcame the Fizz. So if we're going to see a change, it would be in the mid lane choice that they have to make now.
Mid lane indeed, possibly Lissandra flex, but Balls has been playing it almost too well to have that go to High right now. What is he going to bring out, however? The Corki's out. He could be bringing out an Orianna possibly. They can get some ball-oriented engages down, but...
I think we did see Alliance somewhat considering a Ezreal flex pick. Like, they were just kind of hovering around on it. I wonder if they were thinking about a double AD comp. I don't think it makes sense anymore. But it is good, though, that Froggen does have the option to pick what he wants to into Orianna.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the double ADs without the Corki in there to add just, just a little bit more mixed damage and have that poke. That's why, you know, Corki, Ezreal in particular works so well together in the current meta. I'm a little bit worried about this Warwick because I wasn't very impressed with Shook's decision-making regarding his ultimates in the last game, and he just was kind of a non-factor for the most part.
That's not Blitzcrank.
Well, it's definitely not Blitzcrank.
I'm not sure if you do Zed into Orianna. It's not a bad matchup for Orianna. Can survive through the laning phase, so I doubt Froggen's going to pick that.
Definitely get a lot of harass off in that type of matchup. Going to have to keep High on his toes, moving around. We'll see. Definitely taking their time with this one. Froggen having a better game than previously than #1, and it's going to be the Xerath, pretty much just a skill matchup of hitting each other back and forth.
I like that pick because he's not exactly too vulnerable against the Orianna in the early game. Jarvan's a huge threat to a Xerath, but coupled with an Orianna, it's not too bad in the laning phase, so he should hopefully get through the laning phase okay in this game.
So we still see these AP compositions being brought out. If it's not going to be the double AD, both teams bringing a lot of that AP to the table here as we are going to take a quick break. And we'll be right back with the final in this best-of-3 series of Cloud9 versus Alliance here from Intel Extreme Masters, San Jose.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intel Extreme Masters San Jose, the semi-finals between Alliance and Cloud9. We are all square at 1 apiece. Winner will go through to face the Unicorns of Love, who destroyed Team Solo Mid yesterday. And that will be a dauntless task for whoever will make it through. Alliance going with the tried and tested tanky style. As Snoopy said, they know they're going to be aiming for late game, and, well, surprise, surprise, that's what Alliance picked towards. But Cloud9 very much going with a Game 1 team comp this time around, the only difference being the Orianna instead of that Fizz.
Yeah, it really seems like Alliance is set on those protect the AD carry type team comps where they only have, you know, 2 major threats, and they just have everything else just supporting those threats. So it looks like they're really comfortable playing around that.
Yeah, I think we're going to spend a lot of time this game analyzing position and team fights. It's going to be a lot of position and team fights.
Yeah, these are both really heavy team fight comps. It's pretty similar to last game where they both had heavy team fight comps. So it's just going to be that stare off where they're just going to be running around mid back and forth for like 20 minutes straight, just like taking turns killing each other.
Yeah, and like, I mean, Alliance, they're really comfortable and they're really set in playing this style with Wicked as that super tank in the front. We'll see how well Cloud9 can actually adjust, because they picked champions this time that don't suggest that they're trying to dive up to the back line, and they'd rather try and trunk people and get in better trades, but can they adapt their play style as well?
Yeah, Lions actually have the Soraka pick this time too, but the difference in this is that Cloud9 actually has a lot more magic damage, having the AP in the top, so it's going to be a lot harder for Alliance to just stack armor and just target out the mid lane, so I think their team fight's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, that was the big difference in the previous matchup, the fact that Wicked could just build this gigantic juggernaut that only Sneaky could try and do something against, and the High was really the only damage dealer. This time around, though, like Game 1, it is an invade coming out from Cloud9.
Yeah, it looks like Cloud9 wants to get these deep wards, and again, it seems like every time they do this, it's to pick what lane they want to get, and I'm not 100% sure if they want to 2v1 with this. A lot of teams like to dodge the Soraka lane just because of how big of a lane bully she is, but I'm not sure.
Also, Reckless with the Graves definitely showed why it was one of his favorite champions. He performed really well on that in lane, even against the Soraka lane, where Sneaky was continuously getting healed up. It was just that they got a lot of attention from Meteos early on, and this time around, once again, Warwick for Alliance. So again, early game pressure should probably be in Cloud9's favor. One other thing is that you can always tell when Cloud9 are going to go for these early invades. Lemonation is the one that takes the trinket when they did this same time in the first game as well. But then Meteos took his sweeper in the second game.
Yeah, Soraka actually hasn't even dropped her ward yet. I don't know why she's hanging on to that. Maybe they're expecting like a level 2 gank out of Jarvan. I guess they're really scared from last game. They had a lot of pressure on them.
Once again, Wicked looking to get that very quick level 2 with the Maokai. Just stack up your saplings, get the AoE damage. And that camp is one of the, well, it's the highest damage per health camp that there is in the jungle. So generally, if your jungler is having a hard time clearing, you kind of either skip that camp early or you try and clear the little babies. Maokai has the added advantage that saplings just take out all of those little ones immediately, and he doesn't have to take a whole bunch of damage while doing it.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually double jungling by himself. This is something that I don't see too often. They're just going to have Nif help him out. It's going to be a really slow jungle, but I mean, I guess he's just getting free farm because they want to get this Warwick to level 6 as fast as possible. So they don't really want to double jungle and share the experience with Wicked. So they're just going to let Warwick do his own thing.
Well, both AD carries are keeping them lanes very much frozen, so no top laners can come and clean it up. Wicked will back off after clearing out the Raptors and the Krugs in the top lanes. So he will return with a, looks like just going to go with the cloth. Is he going to try and pick up a couple more pots as well as he goes? Shook very much clearing out everything from Meteos' side of the jungle, while Meteos does exactly the same, but he's got balls alongside him.
Also, Hyde just spent a long time leaving mid lane, walking all the way around and placing his trinket ward really deep in the jungle here to help out with more vision for Cloud9 on this side.
And luckily, luckily he has wave control though, so he didn't really lose out too much CS to do that.
Ooh, they're actually putting pressure on towards Balls and Meteos. Lemonation is with them, going to try and keep them away from that Gromp. Fighting over a Gromp. 4 members of Cloud9, by the way, are here. So they're putting a lot of resources investing in this.
So what they're doing right here is they're trying to make sure that Wicked can't get to this wave that's piled up. Whenever you freeze a wave, it eventually will unfreeze, and you're going to get this really big wave. And if a top laner gets that, it's going to be about 2 to 3 levels worth of experience. So their whole goal here is just to make sure that Wicked can't walk up to that wave.
That ground fight was actually really funny because neither team had Smite. Meteos, having used his Smite on the Wolf camp, which you usually don't see this early in the game, but you do see it on the enemy Wolf camp just to get that extra little spirit that is going to give you vision, which they did make use of. So still able to get the Grump, and as you said, they zoned out Wicked effectively from the wave that was at the turret. Now we'll see how well he can CS at it, though. Cloud9 have circled around and trapped him under there.
Yeah, still 4 members of Cloud9 here. Nobody really to help out Wicked. In fact, he's going towards Sneaky. Sneaky himself is putting the damage down. They cut off the wave. Now he's in all sorts of trouble. How is he going to get out of this one? Twisted Advantage available to him, but I don't think that's going to be enough. He does get hooked and drawn in, and Lemonation, after going very low, will help out, and it's Sneaky that gets first blood.
Yeah, I really like that they did this. They recognize that Wicked getting tanky is a really big problem for them, and they can't effectively fight against that. If Wicked gets too tanky, then their pick comp, their strong CC, and like if you start stacking magic resist, the Orianna Lissandra is not going to do very much against it. So if you can just keep their tank down, then you won't have any front line, and you just go straight through to the Zera for the Warwick.
Right, so they have dealt with pretty much the biggest problem last time around. I'm curious to see if Warwick will now emerge as a bigger component of Alliance's team this time around, because by focusing everything on, denying Wicked like that, Warwick has been able to hard farm, and he's up a level, or less than a level, about half a level on Meteos currently, because Meteos was spending so much time in that lane.
Yeah, it looked like the Lissandra, she's just a farming powerhouse with 0 CS at 5 minutes. So she's just going off, man. Just perfect CS.
There's the first one, finally gets it. Second orange ring was purchased by Balls, and we'll see how it works out for him, because he needs to be that big damaging type that's going to help out and stack out with that magic damage to basically punish Wicked as he tries to build tanky later on and try and lock down Reckless. And he tried to do the same in game 1 and actually got punished a few times. He was the guy that went in and started those fights and got caught out a few too many times, but they won that game. We do see Nif and Wicked continuing to rotate around, but that's been spotted out by the ward. Now Balls taking some punishment from Reckless, who himself is close to level 6. And what are Alliance trying to do here? Are they really going to try and catch out High? Looks like they want to go aggressive, but High is not falling for it in any way, because that ward in the death bush spotted him the whole way through.
Yeah, they just know he's coming. Like, they see the whole thing. So he's just going to try to bait them in and then play safe right at the right moment.
Yeah, they were counting on that pink ward, making it a clear gank, but as you said, the previously placed death bush ward going to foil that plan. I think another thing to keep an eye on this game is that the recipient of the first blood money...
Whoa! Reckless just destroying Balls in the top lane. We talked about how there was rather large level differential. And of course, as soon as Reckless does hit level 6, takes advantage and punishes him. Teleport coming straight out from Balls. Of course, death timers are next to nothing. But Wicked is going to TP in, and they may lock up for a second kill here. Balls taken low once again, and Reckless gets another. Wow.
That was an incredibly aggressive play. They knew he didn't have any summoners up, and he just ended up tanking. When you TP to a minion, it makes it invincible to everything. So there's like, oh, I'm going to be coming in here. You have no way of getting out. If you try to run away from the turret, Graves is going to be able to chase him down. He has a gap closer.
I don't think I've seen anyone die twice so quick in my life. He's literally teleported straight back to die again.
Have you seen Dyrus?
Oh, shots fired.
That's another side effect of all that focus from Cloud9 down bottom in that lane, trying to cut off Wicked. As Saint mentioned, the 0 CS Lissandra trying to go get experience versus the Graves who've been farming the whole time. You really have to respect Graves' level 6 burst, and it definitely costs Balls. We'll see if he can actually catch up in levels, because he will get the top by himself now that Alliance have switched over to Dragon.
Really smart play by Alliance here. They know also, not only is the TP down for Lissandra, but they're handing out blue right now. So they know this is a free Dragon. And of course, Warwick Soraka, like, you're not going to lose any health. There's a 0 risk to do this Dragon.
Yeah, very clean, easy Dragon. Talking about level 6, Shook has hit that marker, which means his Infinite Duress ultimate will be available should they try and lock someone down. We'll see where that gets usage, but giving 2 kills to Reckless early on, is that going to be costly? Sneaky got a great start in game 2. And this time around, the duo lanes are back against each other. This was an explosive bottom lane in the last matchup. We'll see whether Meteos pays attention, or more to the point, how long this lane's actually going to last.
Yeah, exactly. I was on the verge of pointing out that the first Blood Bunny went to Sneaky again, and so then that was going to be a big leverage point that Cloud9 could try and use. However, Reckless immediately getting his own kills changes everything completely, and they're pretty much even on items here. Plus, Reckless going with the early Avarice Blade means it increases gold generation and calling down Warwick for pretty much the exact same thing that happened last time. This time, however, pretty even footing as far as combat effectiveness.
I want to point out the level on the supports as they walk in the lane. Both supports are level 3, where both the AD carries are level 6. So if either support gets caught out whatsoever, they will just instantly die.
Well, at the moment, we do see Shook sneaking into this bush, trying to see if he can lock onto someone. He used Elimination as his target in previous ultimates on Warwick. He is a squishy, easiest target you could go for. He's got less hit points than Sneaky alongside him. Reckless trying to bait out here.
Ooh,
see if you can draw him in. There he is. They're going to get Infinite Dress down. He's just going to get destroyed where he stands, and Reckless gets himself a very easy third kill.
I really like Alliance's focus on the low-level targets here from Cloud9. They are constantly looking around the map for the very low-level, easy target and just picking on them. 2 quick kills on the ball is keeping him really under-leveled, then trying to go after that support.
Froggen well aware that Meteos had come around there. There's a ward just above the Raptors, and that gave him the information required that Meteos was trying to sneak around, and now he can see is actually passing through to the top lane. That ward paying dividends right now as they both move up towards the top, and the 3v1 Wicked needs to start motoring here. He needs to back away. He's not a tanky brick wall that he was in the previous match, and he will wisely choose to take his opportunity to step away to the crux.
This is a really similar play that they did last game. They know that Wicked doesn't really have any magic resist or health, and they do the same thing where they try to rotate the mid and the jungle up top just to dive them on the wave that's piled. And if you look at the gold differential, it's actually not that big despite all these kills, but you got to remember they're down a dragon and they're down experience.
Reckless actually tower diving onto Sneaky this time around. Sneaky taking some more damage, and that just shows how confident Reckless is feeling right now. They're both level 8, Elimination returning, still only level 5 alongside Nif. But he can't get close to this lane because Reckless and Nif are looking for kills.
Yeah, so that was a chain of events where the failed roam top opened up mid lane. Froggen shoved it in, so Lemon went mid instead of going bottom to try and soak up that experience. And as soon as Reckless saw that Lemon was mid, they decided to go super aggressive and try and force Sneaky back. So kind of chained all the way from just that one move up top into some extra moves down bottom for Alliance. And they did force him back.
I have to feel like Alliance kind of knew that was coming. I mean, they did the same thing last game, so they kind of know Cloud9's playbook, and they just reacted to it.
Yeah, Wicked played around it really well. I mean, they just had that one defensive ward by Wraiths.
Oh, Reckless taking some damage, but again, as we've seen throughout this tournament, once you've got that Soraka alongside you, he just tops off that health and easily heals him straight back up.
Yeah, Lucian was actually up in items. He managed to buy a BF sword, so he had a little bit of bully pressure on the Graves, but once Graves comes back into lane, it's going to be a whole nother story.
Where is Balls going? Oh, he's trying to clear the pink ward down. That's where it is. He's put himself a pink ward down, and Cloud9 actually positioning for something here. Higher Meteos hoping to catch out Nif, who was heading that way as they turn around and instead get themselves a ward down. There's the crab going down. They've got vision of the dragon. That's going to be up in 2 minutes' time. But 4 members of Alliance right now in this mid lane, they're going to have to sweep around towards this tower. Hi, you're not baiting them. It's not working out. Instead, they're just going to take the tower for free.
Yeah, that Warwick W attack speed on everybody, they instantly just take it down. And Cloud9 still zoned out, going to take some more damage on this secondary.
Wow, putting a lot of pressure down. Shield does have enough on that tower to keep him from taking too much damage, but 5 members almost of Alliance were grouping for that one. It has left Sneaky free on this bottom lane turret, though.
Also, keep in mind that Shook has that post-level 6 Warwick ultimate, plus he's completed his jungle item, so he's ready to get close to one-shotting somebody.
Yeah, taking that first mid-turret when you have Warwick in the game is actually really brutal because you have no turret to fall back on.
Oh, hi. Taking some damage from Xerath. Froggen now actually coming in, thought about going for it, but that's going to be a blue buff for high. It would have punished him a little bit more than he really requested. Ooh. Reckless taking some punishment back down in this bottom lane. We do have Warwick in the river, but he's not heading this way. And that was a good trade for Sneaky.
It's actually kind of bad for Cloud9 because they're not going to be able to reset in time for this Dragon. Like, it's 40 seconds out. I'm not sure if they have the exact timer on it.
Wow.
There's no way that Sneaky's going to buy and make it back to bot lane in
And just
time.
look at Reckless. He's already topped off to full health. That's how good it is to have that Soraka alongside you as 4 members. Claps around, stun not going to land, but that could be the tower and the Dragon for Alliance, and Cloud9 having to give up a lot of objectives here.
So Cloud9 have decided they're gonna give it up. They already sent Meteos up top. They knew that after that trade, they're not gonna be able to contest it. However, Wicked playing defensively again.
He should have
he gets
enough.
himself out.
Yeah, he should have enough to hold off there. He's built up that Catalyst already. There's the tower. Dragon is going to be the next focus. So it seems that Cloud9 going to trade and go for this top turret. Maybe try and put some pressure on the mid turret as well. You can see that High's trying hard to push on there, and actually Froggen's going to react to that one, so they're going to leave it, obviously, for this 3-man. Easy pickup for Alliance for their second Dragon of the game.
They're still really even in gold, but they're up 2 dragons, so...
Yeah, I mean, the second Dragon itself doesn't give you a lot of power just as far as that buff. However, chaining those dragons does get really dangerous because every single one obviously is going to get you closer to the ones that really do matter. And that speed is actually going to be pretty big since both these teams are going to be a lot about the team fight.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to fight over that 3rd dragon. They're not going to want to give that up. And there's honestly not that many objectives they can trade for it again. They decided to trade the top turret for it here, but the only other option is the mid turret, and that's too close to the dragon, so...
Yeah, and it was even a rip-off of a trade because they lost the turret in exchange down bottom, too. So Alliance coming out definitely is the upper hand in the first game here. Or third game.
Yeah, but this is actually what Alliance should have done in the first game, I think, with the team comp built around the Xerath, is I really like that they're grouping up really early with the Xerath and collapsing down and taking turrets early, because that's honestly what Xerath and Soraka team comps are meant to do.
Yeah, and of course, when you have a 3-0 AD carry, Reckless is certainly doing his job, but he has fell heavily behind Sneaky in terms of creep score. You can see 145 to 111. At the moment, he's up against Balls in this top lane, who he's already picked on a couple of times. There's the ultimates coming out of Froggen just to try and draw him away from that tower as 3 to 4 members stack up there in Alliance.
All right, Froggen's going to need to turn on the script, so I'm not impressed with this. There's too many ultimates.
It was a little early.
Yeah, well, High knows that he hasn't got that ultimate available to him right now, but he's still got enough poke to deal with him. Shook just waiting in the wings off the side there as Reckless burns down that turret in the top lane. That's going to be gifted to him. Ball's in trouble. Infinite Duress goes down and silenced out. There was nothing he could do about that one.
Kind of a odd pathing that he took there. He got a little scared of the Soraka, I'm not sure why, and just ran straight into the Xerath and Warwick, and didn't work out for him.
And we've seen this be a problem for Balls previously as well. Anytime he's facing Warwick, especially with Soraka to combo, he gets 100% it. But
this is an inner turret trade going on right now. You can see the top and bottom lane are both being pushed in. There's Cloud9 taking down their one. Alliance don't really have the minion wave to try and take this one down. They're going to tank it out. They have got Warwick, and they will burn that down with ease. Wow. This is definitely sped up quickly right now. This was a nice, casual, steady game. And then I threw T all over the keyboard.
And they're still going to go for mid.
I really like both teams are just objective trading all over the map. It's like, oh, you go for one turret? Like, I'm going to go for a turret on the other side of the map. And they're just avoiding fighting each other this whole time. And I don't really think you're going to see any scrapping until this next major objective, which is the Dragon. They don't want to give C9 that, you know, the 8% AD and AP, and they don't want to give Alliance the movement speed. So both things are really critical for each team.
I do feel like Alliance are sitting a little bit safer than Cloud9 are at this point. So the trading of objectives, I feel like Cloud9 are the ones who are going to have to make the move. Like, the onus is kind of on them. And Alliance have so many options here to deal with it. We've already seen one of them, the Warwick into Soraka silence on Balls to lock down Alessandra. At this point, you know, he's gonna be hard pressed to even get his ult off on himself.
I gotta give it to Balls. Despite being killed 3 times and over and over again, he's actually pulling ahead of the Maokai in CS, and a lot of that's due to the attention that Meteos has given him. So he's not really that far behind.
Well, Alliance in full force to hold out this push from Cloud9 on this middle turret. They are coming in numbers. Wicked does have teleport available if he's required to get there, but with Froggen going back, this is going to be a tricky one to hold, and I'm not too sure whether Cloud9 just saw him. I don't know whether they noticed that he went back, because they're not putting too much pressure on. The minion wave is coming in. He's going to be rushing back down this mid lane to try and get back in there. Death cap now completed, so he has a gigantic power spike. But again, there's the ultimate coming down. Is it going to be enough to hold the turret? I don't think it is. But Alliance, oh, Reckless taken very low, and again topped off by Nif. But they get the middle turret. Lamination taken down low. Will just about get away, and well, everything being burned on Reckless. Have they got him? They're still finally taken down, but is it? What's it going to cost them? Shook taken low. He dropped off. Cataclysm on Froggen. Cloud9 turned the game on its head right now. Pick up kill after kill. Sneaky trapped on towards Nif taken low. He has to back away to the tower. Wicked's got no damage and has to back away. Cloud9 can keep on pushing.
That is going to be the turn for them, and this is why I always point out, having your tank as the one with the teleport split pushing can be really bad for you if their initiation comes quickly from your enemies. Wicked's staying around.
Wow, tower and kill, and it's a 4-for-1 for Cloud9, and the outer and inner turret going down. Cloud9 turned this game very much in their favor, and now they have the gold lead.
I'm just picturing Elimination just saying baited and outsmarted like the whole time there. He's like, ha, suckers, like you thought you were gonna kill me again for free.
Did you see this hook go out from Lemon as he dies, and it's just kind of hanging there on the screen on Froggen? All right, let's see here. He does get locked up, able to escape, and then they go really hard onto Reckless because High is able to land the shockwave, and they sort of trade that 4 balls, the Lissandra ult for the Warwick ultimate. There's the hook from Lemon. As he dies, he's able to get his skill shot out, and it locks up Froggen, enabling the extra kill there with VODS. And finally, as we said, the Maokai arriving super late there, there's no really good deep ward for him to teleport on, and he just kind of had to walk the entire way over to the team fight.
All right, there's a lot of summoners down for this dragon fight. Yeah, they're going to have to get a pick of opportunity here. Maybe they can get the Graves out. He doesn't have heal, he doesn't have flash, so if Lissandra can somehow get on top of him, pretty sure they can take him out.
Well, it's Alliance with positional advantage. You can see them getting in position to take this one out. It will be their 3rd dragon. Cloud9 still yet to get one. Froggen with good poke on towards them, and again, using that ultimate to just poke them down. Doesn't really land it very well either, but Alliance now have themselves a big positional advantage. High is not really making moves, and Cloud9 are giving this one up.
Yeah, this is going to eventually put Cloud9 in a really bad spot because there's 2 more dragons. We all saw just how effective getting that 5th dragon is. And even just the point where Alliance is going to be where they're like, hey, we get this 1 dragon, you're going to lose this game. And that's going to bait Cloud9 into a really bad phase check or a really bad situation. And they just might not get the team fight that they want just because they've been just handing out all these dragons all game.
Yeah, and even just this dragon, that move speed is going to make it so much easier to get out of the way of Orianna ultimates. This makes High's job a bit harder, so he's probably going to need some assistance in setting up those Orianna ultimates this time around. Either Jarvan helping him get the ball into position, or Lissandra locking some people down.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have Graves walk into the Orianna ulti like last time.
That was less than optimal.
Yeah.
Froggen's damage is ramping up pretty quickly here. We just saw him catch on balls, just one little blast, and it stripped his hit points down because obviously they're not looking at stacking any magic resist right now. They are trying to keep themselves alive, but they will be forced away. That middle turret needs to be defended right now because Alliance have 4 members here, but again, Wicked pushing on that top wave. But Sneaky, he's off on his own. He's got a wave going towards an inhib turret there. Shockwave being pulled on Froggen. Doesn't do really a great deal, does a bit of damage, but that tower, the wave has been cleared, and Sneak is still pushing.
He got 2 summoners for that. A hook on the Shook!
Oh, Shook in trouble! The heal comes out, Wish isn't enough! Infinite Dress goes down, he's going to be the sacrificial lamb. Don't forget, Sneaky is still pushing. He's on towards the inhibitor turret right now. Balls can teleport if he needs to help him out. Oh, Froggen gone out! He's going down! Cloud9 can pick up so much from this fight. Nif in trouble, he's running away. They do manage to get a couple of kills, but that inhibitor turret has gone down, and now he's working down the inhib. Sneaky is doing such a great job for Cloud9 here.
I think this is like Cloud9's signature move where they just leave Sneaky off to do his own thing and like, yo man, we're going to try to bait out a fight and try not to have too many people die. And it works out so many times for them.
Oh man, that was disastrous mid lane for Alliance. landing that shockwave, at first it seems like, oh, he's just going to be able to heal up with Soraka, right? But he got 2 summoners out, the flash and heal from Xerath with just that shockwave. And then Lemonation comes up with these hooks after hooks. Shook, for some reason, jumping in while the rest of the team leaves, sort of gave away a really big tool from Alliance. Not only the ultimate, but also his life.
You can tell
very little damage exchanged.
Yeah, you can tell there was like some kind of miscommunication there. They're like, oh, well, Sneaky is pushing bottom. Like, we have to do something about it. And then somebody's going to say, hey, somebody go back. And like, who go back? So I think there's just a communication breakdown there.
I think Shook might have panicked when he got hooked. And he was like, oh, they got me. I got to jump in. And so he immediately turned around. It's like, you hook me, I'm going to ultimate you.
Yeah, that's one of the problems with Warwick is your only option is to basically dive in.
In trouble, trying to run away from this one, but Cloud9 trying to move in towards a good stun on Lemonation now from Frog, and will stop that attack dead in its tracks. Something I had just quickly took a peek at Cloud9. They don't really have a tank right now, so with Meteos goes in, you can see he went for that Brutalizer in there. He will have a lot of damage, no doubt about that, but they won't be able to take too much punishment. We're going to hope in, I guess, the Bulls can lock them all up. They can catch a great move.
Now watch this bot wave. They don't have TP on Maokai, so he can't really go down to the wave clear. So who are they going to send to hold these supers? And then all they have to do is just posture around Baron.
Oh, man. Space check. Oh, Reckless got in. He does manage to get away. Cataclysm catching 3 of them in there. Shook turns it back around on towards Balls. Meteos taken low. He goes down. I just talked about he has got nothing tanky. Shook will get blocked off. Sneaky pops him down. And that was a 1-for-1 trade. Both junglers down, but it's Alliance that are backing away again.
Looked like a pretty good catch from Cloud9, but nobody from Alliance had actually gone bottom to try and answer that, and everyone was in position to capitalize on that catch. Both junglers going down. Very, very tense trade right there because Cloud9 had complete vision control of the red side, so that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it looked like they just jumped the gun without having all the boxes checked. They just need to wait on, like, look, Graves is bottom right now. Imagine if this is the situation in the last fight. They just been free kill.
Well, with those super minions, while it was a great move, it's going to feed them gold, but oh, Reckless, so close to being taken down, but Flash got him out of there.
Flash and heal burned again, so remember, Cloud9 always keeping track of all the cooldowns after the fight. Even though this was a 1-for-1 trade, both junglers going down, they also got both summoners out of the AD carry, and we'll see if that actually comes into effect pretty soon here, because Inhibitor's still down, so that could draw some extra pressure away from Alliance.
Yeah, they actually sent Graves to farm the bot wave, so now all they have to do is wait for one of the people to face check in, force the fight, blow like anything.
This is enemy territory, because all vision is in control of Cloud9 on the right side.
What will Alliance do with this? They know that Wicked's going to draw them away. He's got that Aegis. He's pretty tanky. They're going to take a while to chase him down, and look at Alliance. They're pushing the mid lane. That's what they're going to do. They're going to try and draw as much as possible, but Reckless isn't with them, so they're really not going to get a great deal from it.
Got cut off. He was recalling. Ooh, he gets out.
Yeah, he's going to get out. I'm going to see Frog not really got enough damage. You need stealing away the red buff. I think Shook should be here trying to help on this turret. Cloud9, they're going to collapse on the back of them.
They're going to see them coming, though, so they're probably just going to run out to the right. I think they should maybe try to get the Baron here. Like, Orion is in a position to wave clear now, even though he could be dove by the Warwick, but I think they just grab the Baron, then run straight down to Dragon.
Alliance looking like they want to contest, though, and Balls is very, very low on health.
Oh, that's going to put some damage down. Meteos is low, Balls is low. They're going to fancy this one as they come around. Xerath can catch in towards there. The Baron does get taken down. Cloud9 now trying to turn on towards them, but they are low hit points right now. There we can see Froggen still poking from range. They're trying to get the damage down. Middle turret drops. Teleport coming out. That's going to be Balls getting the hell out of dodge. He goes to the mid lane. Froggen keeps on chasing. Meteos trying to back away. Lemonation and Balls, they've been cut off here. He's going to get caught in towards that bush. Isn't enough. Froggen takes down one. Snipes him on. Shockwave lands. Good Shockwave comes out. Catches on 3. Infinite duress on towards him. He'll get taken down, or will he? Shook, has he got enough to take him down? Froggen on the side. He gets sniped off by Balls. Nif in trouble as well. He's going to catch on towards him. Balls tries to run away. Duke Shook away from this one. He may just have got away.
He's toast.
Oh, it doesn't chase it in. He gave up on it. I can't believe he gave up on it. And wow, what a fight once again. A 3-for-2 this time. Cloud9, though, with the Baron, still on 2 members. And that's enough to keep buffing those minions.
I think they have the eye on the base. The
no, he's going to save it.
Very close, but I think Cloud9
is going to pick up this dragon here. No, range minions! Are they strong enough? The super is trying to come through. It's going to survive. Whew.
All right, looks like Cloud9 is going to get their first dragon of the game. I'm not sure if Alliance is going to try to fight them when they have Baron. It looks like Soraka is going to be a brave soldier and just Go down there by yourself.
All right, so first thing that I had wanted to point out when they were doing Baron was that Wicked didn't have teleport, so it could have been much worse for Cloud9, but double KO for the AD carries up top because of the re-engage down here from Cloud9. They didn't want to give up that kill on Sneaky, so they had the re-engage here, Meteos and Balls, basically drawing attention away so that they couldn't 100% collapse on him, and they were able to trade instead. Dragon did go down.
Yeah, and that's the first Dragon for Cloud9. That's a biggie at this point. 28 minutes into the game, a 8% damage bonus is pretty huge when you start looking at the items they've got. They've already got the Death Cap, the Void Staff, the Morellonomicon. That is going to be a big chunk on them. Meteos now also going for that Guardian's Angel. Zhonya's was completed by Balls. So Cloud9, they are looking to dive now.
And there's still Baron on 2 of the people, so it doesn't really matter that 3 don't have it, because guess what? The minions are still going to get buffed up.
Well, we can see Wicked with that little sapling giving them vision. Balls trying to wait around the side, but they're not falling for it. They're both waiting to try and gank one another, but it's not going to work out. Here comes Cloud9, double warding, making sure they get full vision of the tower. Instead, Shook will just manage to clear that one out.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure they're going to be able to just walk straight in and take this inhibitor. It's pretty dangerous to just walk straight into that Warwick CC and the Maokai, because you're going to be going head-to-head with the Maokai, and he's just going to engage on one target, and it's going to be pretty brutal.
I mean, the problem is they've had pretty close team fights so far, so they're almost baiting themselves in as they go straight in. Cascades are fucking down! Wow, they just destroyed them! Wicked manages to get in and get 1 kill on Balls, but that is all they're going to get from this one. Sneaky keeps on chasing around. That's Wicked down! It's 3 members left! And Nif and Reckless just running away. Cloud9 are low on the hit points, but they cannot fight them right now.
They've got a Baron buff still. Meteos still wearing the Baron buff, and they're going on the Nexus turret.
That Nexus turret is low, remember, it was already drilled down. Cloud9 can try and finish the game. Reckless taken low already. He tries to get around the side, has to dash away. 1 Necklace turret. Is it going to be the second? Yes, it will. Cloud9 try and finish the game right here. Reckless got out. Cloud9 will take the game and go through to the finals in the Intel Extreme Masters here in San Jose.
That was an amazing dive by Meteos.
Jarvan Ori combo at its finest.
And now you see why they value Jarvan so much. Such a nice play by him in that game. Just perfectly synced up with the Orianna.
Wow, what a quick turnaround, honestly, from a chance Baron, because they realized they got the positional advantage to suddenly finishing the game just like that.
Well, it wasn't really a chance. Baron Wicked he was sitting up there in the top lane farming, and that would kind of open the doors for him.
Yeah, and also remember the play that Lucian did. I mean, Sneaky just went in, took the inhibitor by himself. They got really nice catch on mid. It felt like they almost went on tilt after that. Alliance was like a little bit confused, and people were doing their own thing.
Wow. Bit of a communication breakdown, I think, at that crucial point. That's really what Cloud9 does well. They split so much, or they do lane swaps so much, they force the other team to make these decisions. And right there, we saw sort of the difference there. Shook decided to go in, the rest of the team wanted to go back, and Cloud9 create advantage for themselves.
Yeah, it's almost like they're playing their own game of chicken.
Yeah.
Well, no doubt about it. Cloud9, they are the home team advantage, you could say, after basing themselves in San Jose all last year, and then finally making that move to Santa Monica. This means a lot to them. You know, I was talking to Jack, and obviously he was saying it's the same with Shox in the interview. It's like, as soon as they knew that there was going to be an event in San Jose, it's like, we need to be there. This is a team place, so absolutely helps a lot. So what a performance, honestly. What a great game between both teams. It was a slow grinder, but it definitely had some fantastic team fights throughout all 3 matches.
Yeah, it looked like both the teams actually woke up for the second game. The first game, they're like, all right, 20 minutes. Like, let me get my coffee. Like, all right, well, okay. Second game, they're just like head-to-head battling the whole time. And then the third game, they just put it in top gear and just started like trading down lanes in the turrets. I really like that game.
Yeah, that one was a lot more exciting. I liked especially the duels between Sneaky and Reckless. Sneaky and Reckless with the same items. Basically, they're coming down to Infinity Edge crits, and they had the double KO up there at the top. Like, it could have ended. It couldn't have ended better.
And speaking of the AD carries, I just want to talk about, because they both had incredible stats throughout all of this series. Obviously, there was a lot of hype on Reckless coming into this Alliance, man, but Sneaky, he matched him every step of the way.
Yeah, if I had to put it, I would say they're just evenly matched. Like, they're head-to-head, 50-50 right there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to head over to the stage. Shox is standing by. We want